Hi everyone, welcome to Raising Siposetu. I thought I'll do this video now while I'm thinking about this one thing in that series of uh, things that you must never say to a special needs mom. Okay, this one I've spoken about it in my other channel, my main channel, but the video I did a long time ago, I did speak about this one issue. And with this one, you guys, it's very hard because it's not every time that people have bad intentions when they say this one. So it doesn't always come from a bad place, but it does come from a place of lacking understanding and not being in somebody's shoes, and so not understanding how it feels like when you say something like that. People like saying, when they see your child, they say something like, I know somebody that has a child like this. It's even worse when you say it in Zulu, like kunomuntu engimaziyo onengane nje, or my cousin unengane nje, umzala wami unengane nje, my neighbor unengane enje, you know. That is something that is not acceptable to actually say to somebody. I say that it doesn't always come from a bad place, because a lot of the times it will feel like somebody wants to say to you that you are not alone, but at the same time to say ingane kanje or a child like this to your child, that is not something that is acceptable. It's offensive actually. So rather say, you know, okay, ask a question first. So what condition does your child have? And then if I tell you the condition, then maybe you can say, if you feel like my child maybe does things the way that the other child does, or looks similar to the other child, however that you want to, whatever that you want to say to me in relation to the child that you know that maybe has a disability that you feel is similar to my child's disability, rather say, I know a child also that has special needs, and from seeing your child, I feel like they might possibly have the same condition. Because a lot of the times, if like a person would say that, would say, I know a person that has a child like this, and then I would ask them, what condition do they have? And then a person will be like, I don't know. So I'll be like, so how do you know that that child is like this one when you don't even know what condition they have? You know, a lot of the times they don't even take the time to actually ask, what condition does a child have? So that really, if you want to compare, then if you meet another child, you can say, oh, I know somebody that has a child that has a CP. Then you are comparing something that you know. It really more than the fact that when you say that, it's a display of you not understanding that there is so many different kinds of disability. The disabilities, the fact that someone is on a wheelchair doesn't mean that they have the same condition as another person that is on a wheelchair. Even when you know that someone has a CP, for an example, it doesn't mean that another child that has CP is like CP. You can't even say that when they have the same condition, because they are never really the same. But it also, just as for a mom or for a parent, it really it's very hurtful. It breaks your heart when somebody says something like that about your child. So you must never ever say to somebody that you know a child that is like this, or kunengane enje, kunengane nje, or I know another child like this. That is not something that feels okay to a parent, and it's not okay to say, you guys, even if your intentions are not bad, because sometimes it's not the intention. A person wants to express to you that you are not alone. I know another mother that has a child with special needs, which is another thing that you can say. But it's also just similar to like, let's say I meet a person and they're white, and they're like, oh, okay, Dando, what are you Zulu or Xhosa? And I'm like, I'm Zulu. And they're like, oh yes, my neighbor is Zulu, do you know them? you know it's almost similar to that, but it's worse because it's something that is very sensitive. It's a child's medical condition, you guys. And also, it's not everywhere we go that we want to be reminded that our children are different, and so people will make it a point to come to you. Oh yes, what's wrong with your child? First, even that is wrong to say what's wrong with your child, because nothing is wrong with the child, but you can ask what condition a child has if that's what you want to know, or why does she use a wheelchair. Then I can explain to you, but not what's wrong with the child. Those things are very hurtful to a parent. They're not okay to say, and also they're not okay to say in front of the kids, then, because also the kids think that it's okay to say things like that. Anyway, yeah, that's all that I wanted to share today. So that is my part 2 of things that you must never say to a special needs mom. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please like the video before and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.